Good morning. Happy Black Friday. It's John again. I'm going to play Immaculate Grid number 607 this morning, which I'll dedicate to Barry Bonds, who had a 607 career slugging percentage. We'll see if we can work him in. That actually seems low for Bonds for whatever reason, but just because he was slugging 800 at his peak, but that's what Baseball Reference says. So I'll believe him. Let's share the screen. We'll get right into it. Played a few grids yesterday with mixed results. This was actually the Rarity grid, and I threw Jamie Moyer in there, and I had no idea he was going to be a 41% for Seattle and Chicago. Anyway, we'll do a timed version. We'll do a Rarity version, like we do. Hit and go, and away we go. Oop. All right, so yeah, Bond should work here. There we go. All right. I'm gonna get Dante Bichette in for Brewers and Reds. Robin Yount, Paul Molitor, Tom Seaver for Reds and Mets. Dave Parker for Reds and Pirates. I'm gonna say David Wright for 100 runs scored. I am gonna say uh, Alonzo, Pete Alonso, and then McCutcheon for the Pirates. There we go. 123 and 52 seconds. Pretty good. Got Bonds in. So I'm going to do a reset there. Stop share, reshare, like we do. And we'll go for more of a rarity round. Assuming we can find my grid from yesterday. There we go. All right. So just going to get rid of that and play. All right. Now we're trying to get some low scores here. Um, so many people remember Derek Turnbow had a all-star appearance when he had an ERA over 6. Takes point 0.4. 100 run batting. I know Scott Pasetic had exactly 100 runs scored in his rookie season of 2003. I remember that because I thought it was going to clinch Rookie of the Year for him, but alas, Dontrell Willis was a lot more fun to watch. He was probably a little bit more valuable, and the Marlins won the World Series that year. So I was maybe being a little bit of a homer on that one. And then for Brewers and Reds, how about Pete Harnich? It's a pretty low score. Let's see. Reds and Mets. So OG Frank Thomas will work for both of these. I believe we decided that Richie Ashburn will work over here for the original Mets All-Star. 100 runs is actually kind of a that can be a tricky one. Um, I'm gonna say that Lloyd Wayner almost because I think he hit in front of Paul and he reached base a ton early in his career. Okay, so he takes 1%. Probably could have done a little bit better than that. Um, then an all-star from the Pirates. This is something I actually saw on X the other day. Ed Sprague made the all-star team in 1999 for the Pirates. For the season, he had a pretty good first half. It was like I think he had close to 20 home runs and over 300 average in the first half, or maybe like 15 home runs. Um, but what's conspicuous is who didn't make the All-Star team. One of whom is someone I've screwed up on this grid before. Robin Ventura had a big year for the Mets in 1999, had 120 RBI ultimately, and did not make the All-Star team. Nor did Chipper Jones, who would go on to win MVP. Matt Williams, who had a big year as well, he drove in a bunch of runs for Arizona. He started the game. And Sprague was the backup third baseman selected because the Pirates needed someone. It was interesting because they also had Ryan Giles, who maybe could have played in that All-Star game, but that's just who got selected. So Fun fact, Chipper Jones did not make the All-Star game the year he won MVP. Um, anyway, back to this. I'll go with my guy, Raleigh Hemsley down here. He works for both Ohio teams and both Philadelphia teams, or excuse me, both Pennsylvania, both current Pennsylvania teams. He did not play for the Philadelphia A's. So he'll work. And then, yeah, we can slide Frank Thomas in here for point two. And then we need somebody with 100 runs scored. New York Mets history. I wonder if Cleon Jones in 1969 might work. Um, I'm thinking, yeah, 100 runs is tricky. Reyes makes a lot of sense. I don't know about Mookie Wilson. In fact, a piece of me is thinking I might have messed this up in a grid I played like online before. Reyes seems too obvious. Edgardo Alfonso had a good on base percentage. He hit high in the order. He hit in front of like Olerud and Piazza. That's where my guess is going to go. Show me 100 runs scored for Edgardo Alfonso. 2%. All right, pretty good. There were 14 options, so 2% is pretty good. Um, 2% there and sub 1% on Scott Podsednik. For these are much lower now. I guess the Pirates have almost 50. Um, but yeah, Brewers and Mets were a little bit lower. So I'm pretty happy with 1 and 2% from those guys and 7 overall. So I'll take this one. Thank you so much for playing along with me today. I've decided I do want to get a daily walk-off grid in. I'll play the Brewers as I tend to do. But it's a lot of fun. I want to give those guys another shout out. So I think I've got it in the description right now if you want to play that game as well. Anyway, thanks so much for playing, and we'll be back at it in a little bit. Peace.